In case you missed it, congressional Republicans actually passed a major bill. I know, we're almost as surprised as you are at this point. And naturally, liberals have been losing their minds over the new GOP tax plan. And it's time to smack the tax derangement syndrome out of them. Let's start by taking a look at some of the left's most insane, backwards, and dishonest reactions to the proposed tax cuts. Hollywood comedian and actor Patton Oswalt tweeted, "Is there any going back after this tax bill scam? To America? Does it matter now if Trump is impeached? There's no America now. Not the one we knew. Sorry. Feeling real despair this morning." This isn't just unhinged, it's historically illiterate. Did Patton Oswalt forget that the American Revolution was started over taxes? I mean, is taxation without representation ringing any bells for you? If you think that America's identity depends on using government force to take away more of people's money away, then you need a history book. But that doesn't even remotely compare to the hyperbolic rantings of liberal journalist Kurt Eichenwald, who plainly tweeted, "America died tonight." He went on to tell American millennials to move away if they can, because America's over and we killed it. Dude, breathe into a paper bag for like a minute. It'll be good for you. If your understanding of the American experiment hinges on the Obama-era tax code, if you think the America as you know it can disappear in an instant because that's going to change just a little bit, then you really never understood America in the first place. But hey, if you want to leave over this, nobody's stopping you, except for all those other countries who are actually enforcing their immigration laws. But I digress. Moving on to Bernie Sanders, who tweeted, "Historians will look back on December 1st, 2017 and conclude this was one of the great robberies in U.S. history because Republicans are looting the Treasury." Are you kidding me? Yes, of course there are some spending concerns when you're passing a tax cut bill without substantially cutting spending. But can you really take that seriously from a guy who advocates blowing out our national debt even more with government-run healthcare? Here are the facts. When he's not aimlessly ranting and railing against millionaires and billionaires, Sanders has been pushing his Medicare for All bill, which currently has a few other sponsors from the far left wing of the Democrat Party. The total estimated price tag on that scheme is somewhere in the neighborhood of $32 trillion. America's debt problems are the reason we need to cut spending on government programs before we have to hike taxes to astronomical levels to keep our heads above water. So if Senator Sanders is really serious about the debt, maybe he'll actually come around and work seriously on the kinds of welfare reforms that the GOP plans to tackle next. Sorry. And then we have liberal blogger Bill Palmer, who tweeted, "I take back every nice word I said about Susan Collins. She's a cold-blooded, worthless criminal who committed mass murder. Moderate my bleep." Yeah, you heard that right, folks. Tax cuts are now equivalent to murder. I'm as surprised as you are that we have any reason to defend Susan Collins on this segment, but politics gets weird, y'all. I mean, how many times can the left trot out the same old people will die argument with a straight face and expect their blind fear-mongering to be taken seriously? This is the progressive playbook's equivalent of a desperate Hail Mary pass. When you can't resort to calling a policy racist anymore, tell everyone that people will die. And then you have this.
Maybe they think that the poor have it so easy that they need to have to pay more taxes to force them to go out and work more. It's really akin to rape.
Wait, you mean taking less of people's money is akin to rape? Are you kidding me? Folks, this is the problem with thinking that the only way to help the poor is through forced redistribution of wealth, and that the only way to answer society's challenges is more and more government spending. You actually get into a mindset that can compare letting taxpayers decide what to do with their paychecks is akin to the most egregious violations of the human person out there, like rape and murder. And if that's how you look at the world, despite the historical evidence to the contrary, I feel really bad for you. But don't worry. If these tax cuts have put you in a Patton Oswalt level state of despair, we're here to help. So this is a little CHB public service announcement for you. Did you know there are these things called private charities? Their focus is helping people out in any number of different ways. So what you can do is you can get together with everyone else who wants their taxes to stay high, pick out a charity, and send them all that extra money that you'll be keeping. And they'll be more than happy to help you do that. Trust me. And if the thought of giving to private charity gives your bleeding socialist heart palpitations, don't worry. You can keep your taxes exactly where they are now by voluntarily sending a check or money order straight to Uncle Sam at Gifts to the United States, U.S. Department of the Treasury, Funds Management Branch, P.O. Box 1328, Parkersburg, West Virginia, 26106-1328. Just make check or money order payable to the United States Treasury. It'll be considered an unconditional gift to the federal government, and if you have any questions, just give your old friends at the IRS a quick jingle. Donate today. I'm Nate Madden, and this has been your Capitol Hill Brief. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.